Hi, this is Stephanie Miller from The Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this exclusive clip from my show on Political Voices Network.
I hope Trump comes.
I'm gonna punch him out.
This is my moment. I've been waiting for this. For trespassing on Capitol grounds. I'm gonna punch him out. I'm gonna go to jail. And I'm gonna be happy.
Does Don Jr. not realize when he posts his little videos that we can tell he's coked to the gills with his little, little squirrel on crack hands? Allegedly.
Yeah.
Does
They all know.
Does he really?
That's the thing. Yeah, they were dry when I worked around them. None of them used substances back in the day because they all had problems that they dealt with, and then they slipped and relapsed and whatever.
Yeah.
And now they're publicly doing it, and nobody cares, right? His sister doesn't call him up and say, "Hey, dumbass, get off of YouTube and get into rehab. You look like an idiot." Right? None of them care about each other. They only care about their own grift.
All right, let's talk about the end of the world as we know it. Trump has said he's considering a plan to let North Korea keep its nukes, and also he would just get rid of the sanctions entirely.
Right.
Yeah. One person said of Trump, he knows he wants a deal. Oh, because you know the art of the deal. What type of deal? I don't think he's thought that through. I mean, as you've always said, Noel, he has. When people go, "What's Trump's thinking?" He doesn't think. He's a moron. He doesn't. It's just,
The art of the deal.
right? I mean, I don't know. He just loves dictators. He's just like.
Because he likes seeing people worship him. That's what I told people. You can sum up Trump in this. He wants music to play when he walks in the room. He wants to get high and he wants to hit on women. That's it. And he sees that in Kim Jong. He sees, oh, everybody respects him. If you see how he talks about dictators, it's always like, he's a tough guy. They respect him. He says the same thing about President Xi. The greatest threat we face as a democracy is China. Economically, environmentally, you name it. And Trump's kissing the guy's ass.
Let's listen to Adam Kinzinger talking about the. Do we have to? I think we should put impeachment in air quotes, don't you?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
I mean, they have made it clear that they're willing to testify in public. You know, I think Manu in his report said some of the senators were saying, well, it's great, he needs to do it under oath. Well, he can do that under oath in public. He has made it clear. I think his concern is, look, when we go behind closed doors, the Republicans in the House have already made it clear. They've deemed him guilty. They've deemed the president guilty on no evidence.
Yeah, the House voted, listen to this wording, Noel, to continue investigating, quote, whether sufficient grounds exist to impeach Joe Biden. I mean, just never in our history. I mean, think about that precedent. It's like, no, we have nothing. That's why we're doing an investigation. It's like, what?
Right. We haven't found anything, so you must be criminal. You know?
Right.
It's, you know, it's beyond the pale, and obviously it's being led by Speaker Johnson. So, hopefully Speaker Johnson is a one-term congressman, Biden gets reelected, and we move past this chaos and get back to governing. That's what I'm paying those guys to do, right? That's what your tax dollars are paying their salaries. Do the business of this country.
Yeah, Comer Simpson, as we call him, James Comer. They really, I don't know, like I say, it's just the death of shame and, any charge of hypocrisy. But he said of Hunter Biden, about him, they're going to, hold him in contempt for defying the subpoena. And he said, we will not provide special treatment because his last name is Biden.
That's funny.
It's like we're taking crazy pills, right? We all know, as everyone has said, there's no way he would have been prosecuted for any of this if his last name wasn't Biden. Right. It's exactly the opposite. Absolutely.
And, it should be chilling to many Americans, punishing somebody because of their last name, because of who their father is. And, it's dangerous.
When it comes to great steaks, I've just raised the stakes. The Sharper Image is one of my favorite stores with fantastic products of all kinds. That's why I'm thrilled they agree with me. Trump steaks are the world's greatest steaks, and I mean that in every sense of the word.
Noel Casler always drops a bomb, right?
Right.
Before the end of the show, we were like, wait, what now? I was asking if you saw the Martha Stewart, Joan Rivers cooking Trump steaks segment, which was hilarious. And you said, oh, my mom was in prison with Martha Stewart. Wait, what?
Yeah,
she was in prison at the same time or in the same prison?
In the same prison.
What's that?
She was at the same time or just in the same prison?
In the same prison. They call it Camp Cupcake in Alderson, West Virginia. My mom was there before Martha got sent there, but it's kind of a country club prison, federal. But Yeah, she was there, and I'm not ashamed to admit that. My mom was a drug addict and an alcoholic, and she made some mistakes, and she served her time, and she got sober in prison. She came out in prison, which helped her, her lifestyle blossom when she got out. And I moved in with her girlfriend, and a pot-bellied pig in an old farmhouse.
Who hasn't at some point?
Yeah.
That's why I felt free making all the disgusting Leslie jokes. But no, but it also goes to your point about your mom struggled, you struggled with addiction, and it's just I don't know a human that hasn't struggled with addiction or have someone in their family or a friend who has.
Right.
And so
and
I think
obviously you feel shame about the stuff, but the most shameful thing is not admitting you have a problem and not doing anything about it, right? There's no shame in owning what you've done, making amends, and carrying on with your life. In fact, people who do that become more upstanding citizens than people who pretend like there's nothing wrong and never admit they're wrong, which is Trump and his whole clan. They got addiction all through them. And behind addiction, it's not even the substance, it's the character defects underneath it that cause the real problems. That's what I tried to warn people about with Trump. It wasn't using the substance, it was the self-centeredness. It was the vindictiveness, the resentment. That's the last thing you want in a leader. You want a leader like Biden, who's willing to admit when he's wrong, when his family's wrong, and offer love and support and try to get help.